Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Black Bull here, right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now today I'm going to touch upon XDC and the comparison with the XRP, the first super cycle that XRP actually endured. So as you can see with this wedge playing out, towards the tip of this iceberg we do actually get a breakdown in the price action. Now bear in mind this is on the weekly chart, so as you can see we break down. And then we've got these strong. We've got another green candle underneath. We don't get the close in the wedge or even above the wedge at that point. But then you have this sort of whipsaw, at the tip of the iceberg. And then we also get the close is literally on the tip right there. So that's that looks absolutely bullish at that point. And then obviously we go into that absolutely massive cycle, impulse 1. Impulse 2. So I'm just going to show you the similarities here quickly with the XDC as well. Now here we go, and what I'm going to do on this one so you can see it a little bit more clearly is I'm going to go on to the daily time frame and look at this playing out here. XDC for me is doing exactly what XRP did back in 2017 prior to that massive super cycle. So we've broken outside the wedge, we look to get above it, rejected, come back down, and this is where we are now. So I'm hopeful that around 31st of March, the 1st of April, we get a solid green candle inside there, and that would put us on the same terms as, I've clicked off the chart now, that's not good, is it? I'm going to have to go way back. However, like, the similarities are there for me. Yeah. Retest, so it's touched once, touched twice, consolidated, made a higher low here, because you've got your low here outside the wedge, higher low, spike up to confirm the direction, plays out a little bit, within a couple of days, boom! There, we're off to the races. So let's just go to the side tab, and then we're not resetting any of the charts. So look at this, it's just playing out, it's playing out literally, it's reminiscent of XRP back in the day. So this is where we are now, so I wouldn't be surprised now if we're literally a week away from getting this green close inside the wedge again, and then April is going to be absolute fireworks. Now let's just go on to the weekly time frame here. So here we have it. So I've actually amended this bottom trend line, and I've ignored this wick down here, so I'm just catching all these clauses here, these weekly clauses. Bam bam bam, you can see the retest there. So from like a technical TA point of view, I would be concerned, but it's only because we got past history and past data going off that Ripple chart that I'm actually feeling fairly confident going into this, and I feel like these XDC holders, they're in for a massive treat. Now, I don't know how we can't be in for this massive bull run in April. Just look at the partnerships on board in XDC, especially what Securitize are doing, who are partnered with BlackRock at the moment. It's just absolutely crazy. So what I'm going to do anyway, I can just take that fractal again from back down here. So bam. Okay, so let's just look at dragging this across. Yeah, something like that. So I did have these fractals married up initially, but it looks like we've gone a little bit lower. So this is obviously again, fractals never repeat identically, but you get this sort of levels here. So this peak here, you'd be looking to mark that out. Again up here, blah de blah, straightforward. So this is where we are now. We're literally at the end, guys. So if you are holding on, continue to do so, because I feel like we're in for a massive treat here. I think all our Christmases are going to come at once, if I'm perfectly honest. Now, on XDC as well, there's not many exchanges that cover this, so it's a very rare pair to find on TradingView. I think there's only, let's have a look. Yeah, there's only 2 exchanges. So there's BitTrue and KuCoin that are covering the XDC Ethereum pair. Now let's move myself out of the way again. Now what I'm going to do is put this on the weekly. Okay, I could probably delete that blue line. That was probably drawn on the monthly. So you can see this sort of microphone playing out here with these two trend lines, yeah. So yeah, I know it's not perfect, but it's just to give you an idea of, you know, we're not quite catching these tops, but we're trying to accommodate again as always for all the price action. So maybe something, do you know what I mean? You could accommodate for that weekly close up there, and then that way you can accommodate for that wick. You can drag it down here, accommodate for that close. You still get that wick and these closes down here. So you can see roughly what I'm talking about here. But as you can see on this bottom trend line of this sort of megaphone structure, we're getting this new green candle coming in on the weekly for XDC. So XDC looks like it's on for some massive gains right here. Now we also had this consolidation sort of period here. Yeah. So consolidation leads to expansion. We test the top of that trend line where the megaphone is. We're literally right at the bottom now, so it's literally optimum time. Now obviously Ethereum is significant when it comes to altcoins because, as you know, Ethereum kind of dictates the sort of pace of the market. So I feel now, obviously through Bitcoin flowing through to Ethereum, Ethereum is now flowing into these sort of these smaller caps, these ERC20 tokens. Now I know XDC is on its own network right about now, but obviously you got to remember it was a fork of Ethereum once upon a time, and it's also crucial to know obviously for the altcoin market as well. So right now I feel like we're getting this handover, so the baton is being passed over to these smaller caps. And the fact that XDC is a small cap, it is still a gem. You know, like, where's the market cap at the moment? I think it's about 600-700 million, if I'm not mistaken. So the room and the scale for potential on this particular crypto is absolutely massive. Now, what I can do, guys, is I can just measure this back up, even just to the top of the megaphone. So there's a 250% increase there. So that's nothing to be sneezed at. And then what I can also do as well is I can add the fibs. So the fibs are obviously taking us a lot higher here, but that would be our first sort of resistance there, and that would be at the 0.786 Fibonacci. Okay, and there you're looking at about 1500% increase in comparison to Ethereum. Now I believe Ethereum's going to get up to about 15,000, say anywhere between 15 and 20,000. I feel like that's a realistic price target for Ethereum. So if Ethereum can get at those sort of prices, like, where can this take XDC? So let's just go back onto, we don't want that chart. Let me just click back here. That's XRP. Let's go back onto the XDC USD. Okay. So here we have it, guys. We're literally, as you can see, I've highlighted it here, right on the tip of the iceberg. It's just going to go absolutely wild. As I say, as soon as we get that close, we are literally off to the races. Now, I've marked this out around $2.40 because that's obviously that trend line. You know, these dash lines here where we're kind of projecting targets, these are conservative because they're using the tips or the wicks of these clauses. They could be more aggressive. So if I move that down to there and then move it up there, like, look how aggressive the price is now portraying. You know, we're getting up to like that $13-14 mark, and to me that's absolutely wild. Again, I'm a strong believer with this trend line. I'm just going to change the colour of it just so it highlights it a little bit better. Should we go red or... Yeah, we'll stick with red. So here, obviously get the open here at the bottom of the candle, so that's the open. Again, marking the structure, you can see this the weekly wick. And the weekly closes nicely on top of that trend line. And again, we're grinding up. And I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive with this red line as well. About there, just so we get these closes. Yeah, and we still get that touch and retest of that trend line before the bear market. So I'm so excited for this one, you know. Look at that. That is just wild. Like, when you're in XDC, I know I've been frustrated. You know, we're currently trading below 5 cents. But as it is, like, this is just mega structure, and these trend lines aren't to be ignored. So I know these you know, $40, $41, these are wacky and insane numbers, but they're just not out of the question. Like, we've not been building all of this structure for the past like 3 or 4 years, and especially it's seen as it's such a small cap, there's no reason why we can't start challenging these sort of, you know, significant areas. Now, for me, admittedly, I feel like this is probably a little bit too high, but certainly coming up to here, you know, $13 for me we've got to. There's no question about it. We've got to hit that sort of price this cycle. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, give us a sub. Any comments, questions, if you want any charts doing as well, leave those in the leave your suggestions in the comments, and I'll try and get them. I'll try and bring them to you in the next piece of content that I bring to you guys. Okay, thanks for watching as always. I've been the Block Bull. Good day. Bye bye.